What's up, guys? Sorry for getting this one to you a little later than I thought I would have it up, but I finally saw Sinners, and Sinners, man, what a movie, dude. This is Ryan Coogler's best right here, and Michael B. Jordan's best performance, hands down. This movie is a period piece in 1939, starring Michael B. Jordan, directed by Ryan Coogler, also with other cast members Miles Caton and Haley Steinfeld, with various others. And this thing in the movie, this is a horror movie, it's a vampire movie, and this is probably the best use of a vampire narrative ever, because it was so simple and so classic and very effective in the execution. I loved it. And I love that this movie is a period piece. It reminded me a lot of the movie Pearl, like those movies where they're set in one period of time and the whole sets and the whole cast are dressed in that time era, and the movie really does feel like it's from that era. I did enjoy that a lot. The church is one focus in this movie. That's where Miles Caton, Sammy's character, comes in. And also music is a big focus of this movie, but it shows that the church is not a fan of music because that could attract some certain evil. Like they say in the movie that some people are born to make the finest music, but sometimes not all ears are going to be good and it will attract some unnecessary attention. Hence the vampires in this movie. And I love how the vampires are not over exaggerated or eccentric either. They're just very chill, creepy in their own right, and also their finesse game is crazy because they'll just seem like a random regular person and then all of a sudden, rah rah. The movie's main character is Michael B. Jordan's, and he's playing two of himself in this movie, Smoke and Stack. They are like businessmen. They just go from town to town going up against to see who's the best of the business, and also start up their own business, and they have to throw little soirees at night to gather a lot of money so they can move on to the next town. So they have to gather up all this money and all this supplies at their big bash tonight. So they're going to throw a big barn party. And Michael B. Jordan's performance as Smoke and Stack, like, dude, this guy's got range. He's going places, and I love that. Not only is he in this movie because Ryan Coogler directed, it's also because to show off his massive weight of talent. Like, he's playing two of himself in this movie, and he can be like the stone cold badass or the serious guy who just sits in the back of Smokes, or it can be like the eccentric, high energy businessman who's also a really cool dude. He can even be a very evil person when he needs to be. Like during the events of this movie, there's some parts that weigh more heavy on the emotion than the others. You'll know when you see it. Miles Caton Sammy, he's the guy who has the musical talent, the gift, and go places with his musical talent. His dad's father of the church, and they really want him to go and follow his footsteps, but Sammy's like, no, I want to do my own thing. I want to have my music. I want to tour the world. And Miles Caton is a new actor. This movie introduces him, and I feel like he did a really good job in this, because even with his acting talent and his musical talent, it really soared. Haley Steinfeld's acting really shined in this movie too. She showed that she can do what may way more. She plays one of Michael B. Jordan's exes, and also she has an accent and sounds just like them, but her accent did not sound forced. You know how some people could put on an accent and it just sound cheesy and forced? No, it came out very natural for her, and I did enjoy it because of her convincing performance. But when she's normal Mary, she acts good. She has the accent. She's very sweet in some scenes, and also very blunt in some scenes too. You'll know because of the stuff she says in this. I wasn't complaining though. But when she's what we see in the trailer, you know she becomes a vampire, and when she's a vampire, she turns evil, bro, and she's, oh my goodness. And I thought she was going to say the hard R in this movie, but she did not, thank goodness. As the acting goes, for everybody, amazing. When I say Ryan Coogler did a really good job translating the vampire narrative into this movie, I really mean it, because he even brought it back to making it classic. Like those classic monster movies, like, how do you kill a vampire? You use garlic, you use a wooden stake, you use silver, you use all that to protect yourself, and guns to become vampire hunters. He just brings it back. This movie's kind of like a vampire hunter movie, also trying to be a really good effective horror movie, and I feel like they really pulled it off. And them just making it a period piece and giving it its own identity just made it that much more awesome. Didn't rely on jump scares, even though the movie has a couple, but I was able to do so much more than that. My only gripes really are some of the visual storytelling in this movie, because there are some scenes where, yeah, the music feels like it's from that era. Sammy's killing it on his guitar. And also some scenes where the camera pans, it shows music and some things that they wouldn't have in 1939. It felt very modern, because like, why am I watching a 1939 music set and a song prevail on screen, and then I cut to someone throwing their ass to the left with rap music. Like, what the hell was that? There's probably a reason behind it. Maybe Ryan Coogler has a certain style for this movie or an idea he wanted to put out in this. But for me, it felt kind of out of place and it stuck out like a sore thumb. So that's all I'm saying. Kind of like this. But the music was still fire. I'm not going to lie. One moment can have a scene like this.
Will somebody take me in your eyes?
Then the camera pans and you'll see this.
I'm that flight that you get on. International. First class seat on my lap, girl.
I don't know. It was funny to me. And we used the vampire narrative to its fullest by having their worst enemy not be the guns, not be the folk. It is the sun. Always got to be. Real quick, I want to say that the shots of this movie and the way this movie is filmed is great. Like, there's so many beautiful shots in this movie. And you need to watch this movie in 70mm IMAX to get this full effect. And I believe it because I want to go watch it in 70mm IMAX. I like this movie that much. This movie's definitely got its own identity, its own way, and its own style. And I appreciate that. More movies need to be doing that. I always gave Pearl props for doing that. Now I'm ready to give it to Sinners. This is cinema at its finest. And this is an original film. You guys better go watch this. You guys complain about sequels and sequels. Now when there's an original film, you guys better show up for this. I did, and I loved it. All right, let's rate it up. I'm going to go ahead and give Sinners an A.